It's the crazy thing. This is the least passionate I've ever seen this dog. I don't know if maybe I'm on the wrong course. First I get the lecture from Victor, and now I get the rear end of his royal houndness. He's supposed to be supportive, man. That's what a relationship's about. He's giving me the silent treatment. I'm not sweating it. I've had critics since day one. That's the fuel for the fire. I ain't scared. I'm going for it. I am always looking for new projects. I just wanted to do something that was fun. I've always been into skateboarding. Someone took me to the sand dunes once, and it just, to me, spoke that it was a skate park for cars. I got this fascination with dune buggies ever since, and I really just can't get enough of them. See this one here, these people are actually going for it in the sand. I couldn't believe any of this was real. You know, I'm looking at these magazines from the year I was born, 1970. The scene was so radically different than it is now. Maybe that's why I've been so fascinated with it, because it's stuff that I never saw it happen before me. These cars were primarily just handmade. You know, it's all about the experience. Traditional hot rodders may turn pale. Perfect. Just like hot rodding, you had every aspect of creativity. Some guys wanted to go real fast, some guys wanted a crazy look. You know, there's all kinds of experimental designs, and that's really what I dug about these old magazines. Little traditional, little classical, but like that, whoa, what is that feeling? I want to build a car directly in the line of pre-kit car off-roading. Something that's hand-built, late 60s. I just happen to have a perfect donor car for my next crazy idea. Every project I do, there's always potential parts that get sidelined. Case in point, Victor and I did this project where he wanted to build a supercar. So he shows up with this Volkswagen kit car and only uses one piece of it. Victor wasn't interested in the mechanical aspect of this car at all, so I got it running and took it for a test drive. I know Volkswagens, they're not super fast. This car really had something going. I don't know if the engine's been built up or what, but this car moved out really good. It's a 1964 Volkswagen. It is period correct. I knew it was a strong runner, and I saved a whole chassis. One of the main inspirations for getting this project going is there's an event coming up. It's called the Old School Dune Buggy Reunion, and it's at Pismo Beach. This event is themed for this late 60s beach and sand dune scene. You know, everything that would have been there is welcome back. I had gotten started on this chassis. Once I kind of got a feeling for what I wanted out of it, I had to go on the hunt for the rest of the parts. See, I'm always checking out your stashes, man, and this little fiberglass treasure trove has got me thinking. Victor is a man of many facets. One of his many facets is a lot of yards with a lot of treasure. And he's got this Model T kit car body. Picture this. The Sterling, the old Sterling chassis, it's become a hot rod. It's morphed from the glorious opening roof project to an off-road sand buggy hot rod T-bucket project. Usually when you pitch Victor an idea, he gets excited and he's like, yeah, we could do anything. And this time he's starting to draw a blank. I just see a lot of the side-to-side motion.
You just finished the supercar. Now you're gonna do a dune buggy with this, whatever you wanna call it.
This T-bucket body is exactly what I need.
I don't know, Ian, I'm not seeing it, but if you see it, then go for it.
Victor was pretty much like, yeah, do whatever you want, take the body. I don't need to know anymore. I'm like, dude, you gotta understand, this is gonna be awesome. This picture, it's sun hat on, glasses, ice cold beverage, cruising the sand dunes. I think it's gonna be perfect.
Go for it, man. I was gonna throw it away anyway.
I'm just gonna have to build this thing, you know, never mind the sales pitch. I'm gonna build this and just show him what I'm thinking, and he may just turn the corner.
You don't even need help carrying it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Ultra light, man. It's perfect. I thought I was just making like a pan buggy is what it's called. Just shortened Volkswagen pan. Then I saw this body of Victor's and it got me thinking in a whole different direction. You know, I want to build more of like a hot rod styled dune buggy. So me and numero uno, El Shop Inspector, you know, we get out the cart and we go browsing. The thing that really cemented this idea was the body from Victor. You know, I also have a bunch of old suspension parts from another project. I have a 28 Ford Roadster pickup, and I swapped out the entire front suspension. So I have a stock Model A axle, all the hubs, spindles, I have the rims. Thing is, I don't throw much away. So I'm thinking, okay, suspension, axles, gas tank. Oh, I got a couple beer kegs. Classic, fits right in. Think about that. I've used the statement a million times. My favorite thing is like the jazz player who's in it, right? They're riffing, they're experimenting as they're going through this arrangement, and that's exactly how I like to build cars. I haven't seen anything like this, and I can't wait to try it out. I got the old Sterling chassis from Victor. You know, it was a runner. I shortened it and put in a screen floor in typical old school buggy style. Thing is, after kind of ruminating on it a bit, I decide I'm only going to use a piece of it. The VW suspension is bulletproof. It's a great choice. That's why they make dune buggies out of it. But I'm not looking for a great choice. I'm looking for something different, something unique. The big departure from every other old school dune buggy is I'm not using the Volkswagen front suspension. So first thing, off with the front. All of my ideas have been leading up to this. I've just been thinking about it. Basically, I have to build it complete to see if it works. Another leap of faith. All right. Start of a great project. Whole new turn of events. In losing that Volkswagen suspension, I want to kind of lend a hot rod flavor to this. Concept for the front axle and suspension is basically Model A. Model A tie rod and components. Model A front spring. Model A hubs and spindles. You can smell it, it's very old, don't you think? He's disinterested. It's just, dune buggies don't get the passion they deserve. Look at this. He's on Victor's team. I got a piece of pipe that will be the axle, and I'm putting the spindles, kingpins, hubs, and rims of the Model A car on it. So it'll have a radius rod, basically the same formula you'd see on a hot rod front suspension, except for this. This is the trick element of this design. Typically on a car like a Model A, your leaf spring is mounted in the center on this perch, so you just have a spring action. And I mean, it does articulate a bit, but you're always flexing the spring. What this does, with these shackle bolts, this piece here goes inside it, and it allows the entire front axle to swing without putting pressure on the spring. In other words, if you're coming up on a sand dune and this front tire lifts, it would potentially cause the rear tire to unweight and lose traction. So as you come onto the different terrain, the whole front axle swings and it leaves the two rear tires planted. That's really the one thing that sets this car apart from the rest, you know, the cool factor of, oh yeah, it looks like a hot rod, but it also does this articulating thing, which gives it traction in the sand. It's the crazy thing. This is the least passionate I've ever seen this dog. I don't know if maybe I'm on the wrong course. First I get the lecture from Victor, and now I get the rear end of his royal houndness. I guess it's hard to give the sales pitch and find any buyers, it seems. You're supposed to be supportive, man. That's what a relationship's about. It's giving me the silent treatment. I'm not sweating it. I've had critics since day one. That's the fuel for the fire. I ain't scared, I'm going for it. So this is the concept. In order for this to get attached to that, I'm gonna throw the whole chassis up on the table. That way I can square it up and measure. So now we've got the patient on the operating table. It's time to get funky. I trimmed it up a little bit to fit the Volkswagen suspension. And hey, it's a Dune Buggy, you know, it can look a little chopped up. That's what I want. I want it to look like a mutant. Don't be distracted by the crusty look. This is not a rat rod. This thing's gonna shine up. The thing about this car is in shortening the chassis, the wheelbase got really shrunk up. It's purely visual, you know. Maybe if you tried it again and again, you'd come up with a formula for ultimate performance. I'm just going for the visual aspect of it. It's gotta look long and lean. Yes. Looking through my dark helmet, everything seems to be perfect. I'm using this really heavy 2-inch tube, 1/8 wall. See where I'm going with this? And I'm just trying to create a truss structure to extend the wheelbase and keep it really strong. All that noise and sparks and stuff is all led up to this. You got your pivot, check. You got your sleeve that allows clearance to the fitting, check. That goes on there, check. And then you got your thrust washer. Wrap it all together. I call this pivot a success. I mean, theoretically, this axle could swing 360. If it wasn't on the table, it could literally just go around the clock. Everything about the suspension looks great, but the one issue is I gotta figure out how to steer it. Before I go any further on the front end design, I gotta find a way to steer it. And I got an idea that just might make it work. As per the usual, we're at one of Victor's many yards. This time I spotted a gaggle of golf carts, a group of vehicles that is no longer in service. So I start doing some poking around. It's like, oh, they got like these lawnmower engines. Some of them got a lot of batteries. Oh, look, rack and pinion, club car steering. This is perfect. This is a fine piece of Americana. This is a really basic setup. You got your steering wheel here, and then you got your tie rod there. So all I have to do is adapt it to the chassis. This is an off-road car, so aside from my theory and design of that extended element, I added some structure to the front end to really beef it up. It's gonna be bashing around off-road, and I want it to stay together. The idea being a triangle is strong, so your twisting motion is always supported in every direction. So this is the golf cart steering box, the club car donation box. I'm gonna set this up like a cross steer, just because that's what this rack and pinion is designed for. My mission today is to get this thing steering by a steering wheel and on 4 tires. This was one of the things I was looking forward to at this project. I mean, who has this kind of weird contraption welded to the front of their Volkswagen? Like everything in this car, there's nowhere to mount this box. I just made a quick plate with the bolt pattern. I'm gonna stick it on there and then weld something to it. Making mutants is all my business. I'm used to this kind of stuff, so merging a Volkswagen steering shaft with a golf cart steering box and a Model A suspension, no problemo. Cut, weld, assemble. Steering box is now part of the car. What do you think? Still skeptical? I'm making progress, whether you like it or not. This is the steering column and the wheel off the Sterling. So you can see it's got that old school, funky vibe. And this is gonna have to get put in here somehow. My goal with this entire project is it's a found object art piece. That truly is how these old school buggies were made. You know, I've been doing research, all these magazines and everything. Before there were kit cars, people actually made vehicles for the sand by hand. You got steering. You know, the wheel's way up, out of shape, but I'll be able to tailor this height-wise and distance from the seat back once I get some seats. I really want to put this on the ground. Test of this design is what happens when the wheels travel. There's going to be some feedback into the steering wheel for sure. I just don't know how much until I test it. Ready to witness the greatness? Check it out. Look at that. Smooth. So not only do you have the up and down bounce, but without the bounce, you have this swivel. That's a lot of suspension travel. This is what I've been waiting to see. You know, I wanted to get these 4 wheels on the ground and see how it operates, so it is a small victory. So the idea here, you see guys with Jeeps doing this all the time. So you got articulation in the suspension, but the 2 back tires are still planted flat. You know, even at that angle, it steers well, and that's the whole thing. You're cruising on a dune, your rear's not losing traction. This is exactly what I was hoping to achieve. That's the big satisfaction about this career I've chosen. It's taking all these mixed up ideas and getting to build them and try them out. And sometimes you actually succeed. It's pretty awesome. Yes, we need seats. I understand that's next. Starting to look the part. You know, there's a few other things I need for sure. I think it's time to get back on the hunt. Decided to swing by my friend Robin's workshop. I'm really hoping to pick up some seats from him for my Dune Buggy. Walking in right away, it feels like home. There's stuff everywhere. This guy's got the treasure. This looks like my kind of place. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Man, good to see you.
It's been a while. You got stuff.
It's really great to be able to link up with Ian because we both share a love of cars and Volkswagens and weird things.
I have a couple seats, Italian car seats from the 50s.
Yeah.
They're nice. I kind of don't want to beat them up and change them.
I have a couple Italian cars from the 50s.
Right. Couldn't keep my eyes off of that.
Yeah, this is a
crazy.
56 Vespa Ape, and it's a coffee cart, and I really just fell in love with it.
Yeah,
It's
me
just-
too. That's the crazy thing. It is basically a scooter, but it's a pickup truck. And it's steel, right? Is it aluminum or steel?
It's all steel. If you could fit in this,
Oh, yeah. This is my kind of ride.
Yeah.
Man, definitely cool, for sure.
I'm taking Ian around my garage, and there's just a lot of stuff that he had never seen before.
So what's this?
So if you don't fit in the 3-wheeler, the next upgrade is the 4-wheeler.
4 wheels, 2 wheels, and 3 wheels.
Yeah, if you get 2 Vespa scooters and
Right.
and you weld them together side by side, you get
That's what you get.
yeah, Vespa 400.
The clincher for me is this 4-wheeled Vespa car. It's a micro car. And when I say micro, I can't stress that enough. I'm not even sitting in that car. Your head's already sticking out of the roof. How big were these people? Was this like from medieval times or something? Like the
No,
little
these are
4-foot beds?
These are Italian. Look, I'll sit in the back seat and you sit in the front seat.
Oh man, this is too cool. This is like an Ed Roth drawing, where the monster's sticking out of the car. Like that. Oh man. It's like a go-kart that he's put a Volkswagen engine in. So just like I'm building this mutant hot rod Volkswagen, he's built a mutant micro car with a Volkswagen engine.
Yeah, I had to stick some boat seats in here because I couldn't find any seats that would work.
Oh, I see.
So I'm hoping to get something
Yeah.
that's just a little bit more authentic.
You're in the same predicament I'm in. I was working on a project with Hot Rod Bob and Tom Flores, and Bob had these seats. And he's like, oh, you're building a Dune Buggy, I'll never use these things, just take them. Oh, yeah.
As soon as he brought them over and stuck them inside, they fit perfectly. They were just made for that car. I couldn't believe it. I love it. I really needed those seats for my tiny Italian car I was building. So I was like, maybe we can figure something out in a trade.
Robin's up in the rafters. There's dust coming out of every corner. I don't know what he's doing up there. Whoa.
Yeah, I pulled these out of my junior high math class. These are actual Herman Miller chairs.
He's saying these are Herman Miller chairs, school chairs or something. I guess they were a mass-produced item, and now today they're collectible. Dude, these are perfect. I'm looking at these things like, this is perfect. They're very light, they're fiberglass, they've got the 60s flavor. Yeah, these I think are right for me. We just got to come to some kind of arrangement, because if they're worth a fortune.
Well, I just saw a pair like this go on eBay for $1,200.
That would make my car worth at least $1,300. These are awesome.
Are you happy with this trade?
Yes, this works for me. I need those seats and he needs them seats, and now everybody's sitting pretty.
Unbelievable. I mean, this is like the best possible case scenario for my project and hopefully for his project.
I'd say mission accomplished. These seats are a good step-off point to get the rear section of this buggy in action. I got these seats back from Robin, and they are Dune Buggy seats, 100%. Not too shabby, huh? It's the weirdest thing, just like with Robin's car, the seats look one way, but then when we're in her car, it's the opposite. And this has the opposite effect. It makes this car look much bigger than it did. But the question is, do I fit? Sometimes you never know what you're getting yourself into until you just go for it. The thing I needed with this project was minimal offset of my big carcass. You know, I needed a thin fiberglass shell so I could sit back in the vehicle, and these were exactly that. What do you think? I think he's into it. The fact that the shop inspector likes him is definitely a bonus. And now I'm moving forward. Steering next, then roll bar. Brake. Typically with an off-road roll bar, you want it as strong as possible. So you make all your measurements, you fit it in, weld it. Roll bar is primarily for looks, like most of the old Dune Buggies, so I could pull it off by using 2 pieces. Speed buggy roll cage. You know, it's just enough to represent off-road. Real crash scenario, I don't think any of them did much. And hey, I got nothing to lose. Take the body off, mount some seats. This is a small car, no doubt it. I just had to figure out where the steering wheel felt comfortable, so got him in there and shortened up the steering column to match me. So you got your roll bar for support, steering wheel, 1 seat. Perfect. Let's see. That's what this has all been leading up to. I want that cartoon monster feel, you know? That's the whole idea here. Big giant ape in a little car. Whoa. I knew from the jump I wanted to use a beer keg for a gas tank. Beer keg fits behind the seats perfectly. Don't need a ton of fuel in this thing. It's got a stock Volkswagen engine. That goes right into place as it should. This is exactly what would be in a vintage Dune Buggy. That Sterling was a period piece. So what it is, I think it's a big bore, single port with this carb adapter. So it's probably high compression. I mean, it ripped in that Sterling. It really moved out. It's a good engine. So I think in this lighter vehicle, it's gonna be all right. The engine wasn't this nice in the Sterling. You know, the innards are what they are. I just took off all the sheet metal, cleaned it, painted it, reassembled it. So it's as it was in that car, and you could see it did some pretty hairy burnouts. I envisioned this whole car from the start having a Model A grill shell. You know, that's the whole hot rod look. Just chopped it down. I put this mesh in here. Nothing says hot rod like Model A. And basically, it sits like that. Still unimpressed. If I was building a Corvette or something, he'd probably be like, you know, dogs love Corvettes. So this is mechanically there. I could literally hook up a battery and some cables and brake hoses and drive it. But cosmetically, it's not what I need. I need something that's just like, pow, you know. I like the funky style. You know, I want it to be like, whoa, nobody looks past it. So that's the challenge. You know, black car, red rims, everybody's seen it. I gotta get to thinking. Like almost everything I do, there's no way to figure out if it's gonna work or not without just doing it. So it's time to get busy. Fleshing this thing out, getting some paint in place, I decided white was just a really clean look. Color says everything about a vehicle. You know, this is a good time, fun toy. It's not like a scary looking mean machine. You could really give the vehicle different flavor with a different color. I want that light reflectivity of a white base coat, something that really is blinding in the sunlight. In addition to some of this stuff. I called Little Daddy Roth. He's hooked me up with a lot of metal flake for different projects. And he has this new stuff called Snowblind White. White Dune Buggy, white metal flake. What could improve on that? Some of this. This is glow in the dark, top secret. Something about the late 60s, early 70s, you know, you had this like monster-fed cartoon monster stuff. I remember like glow in the dark model kits were a huge thing. I want the car to reflect that time period. So, you know, I'm thinking, I have not seen a glow in the dark Dune Buggy. This might be the next big thing. Every time I've used metal flake with auto paint, I just mix up about a half a cup and then I pour the stuff in there. How much do I put in? I don't know. I'm gonna dump a lot in there. Oh man, that's fantastic. And I'm gonna put a lot of this in. Because this hopefully will change the color to more of this eerie glow yellow tone. Do I need that much glow? I don't know. I don't want to have not enough. Like almost everything I do, there's no way to figure out if it's gonna work or not without just doing it. So I'm gonna paint up a couple parts and test it out. So it has the effect I was hoping for. You can see it's like a frosted effect, and I'm gonna bury all this in clear, of course. This is just the first application. The thing I wasn't sure of, but I'm very excited about, is the glow green. It's still white, but it has like this greenish aura coming off of it. My theory from the start was that it looks pretty mellow during the day, but at night, it's party time. The only way to test it is put that rim in the dark room and see if it worked. One thing I know is when I turn the lights off, that bottle of stuff glowed. But once you mix it with paint and put it on something, I just don't know if that is going to still happen. So this is the test. This is what it looks like in the daytime. And that's what it looks like at night. That is totally cool. It's a glowing Model A rim. It's exactly what I had hoped for. It's like a ghost ship going over the sand dunes. That's what this whole design is, you know? It's just one crazy idea after the other, you know? It's not a performance car, it's a party machine. This is better than I expected. Instead of doing a test plate, I just sprayed the whole chassis and rims. So it's kind of a gamble, but it paid off. It's a glow-in-the-dark Dune Buggy. Getting this accomplished glow-in-the-dark effect is gonna kick this paint job off. This one's a hit. You just gotta top it with that bodywork. It's time to get to it. Just like the chassis, I put a white base coat on this body. Primary reason for this white base coat is anything can go over it. I want kind of a classic pinstriped look, so it's not too technical, it's just a lot of layout. One thing I know is that dog is just here to be the critic, you know? I gotta prove it the whole way through, apparently, on this, not even small victories thus far. As crazy as the car is in its fabrication, I want like a classy vintage look. If you look at the early Model Ts, they would have this pinstripe deal around the body edges and the door, and I'm just trying to reflect on that. Pinstriper came in, he would probably follow certain lines on the body. Like you see these embossed areas around the doors, around the top of the body. Pinstriper would try to highlight all those. So I'm just gonna start by surrounding them with a tape line and see what it offers. It's not like I'm making the paint glow in the dark or anything like that. It's just a very conservative tape job. I want this to be a simple pinstripe design, but something about that really thin one line just wasn't holding the weight I wanted. I wanted to have kind of like a panel theme. There's like these boxes down the vehicle in different shapes. Basically everything that gets masked stays white. So we have white, fat, white, skinny. And then I think I might have to put another border inside or outside. It's kind of challenging in that when you're taping out something, you're taping out the negative of it. So dyslexia could interfere especially if you're doing multiple sized lines, etc. So you can see what I'm painting is actually pretty small, but that's how much tape you have to do if you want that. It's a little challenging. You got to sit back and kind of reflect on what's actually going to be painted and what's going to be masked. So I'm just thinking what I want white. And I know I definitely want that top ridge of the body and all those embossed lines to be white. So I'm gonna mask all that stuff off first. The whole thing is the majority of this car will be masked simply because it's gonna remain white. So what I'm doing here, I've decided it's gonna have 2 candy green pinstripes. This very thin white section here is a stripe, and this thick section here, so the center of these panels will be masked. So you'll have a heavy one with a nice round corner and like a tight little outline. Probably would be easy enough to just pinstripe this line, but I'm not a pinstriper, that's why I'm taping the heck out of it. So as long as the tape looks okay to your critical eye, I'm gonna spray this thing. I'm just gonna mix up some of this candy green I got from Eastwood. So looking at the value of this green, it's very green. I don't know what it's gonna look like on white. Well, wait a second, yes I do. So that's very thick for paint, for spray, but it's gonna be somewhere like that. One thing I know is that Dune Buggies sparkle. I'm gonna use this Little Daddy Roth metal flake all over the car. The green's a nice color, but I think with a little action in it, it's gonna be even better. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. The thing about this is once you spray it, it's a lot of work to go backwards, you know? Especially putting a pigment over white, you'd have to sand the thing back and start over, so you don't know what it looks like until you pull off the masking paper. Paint is applied. We gotta pull off the mask to see what it looks like. The good news is the shop inspector seems to have come around. He's taking a position of relaxation right up against the project. So it's cured for 24 hours. Nice candy coated metal flake thing. I don't really know what this is gonna look like, so if I did, I may leave some tape in place, but I'm going to choose to pull all the tape, see if it's good enough. I've made a couple pretty hairy mistakes in paintwork in the past, so it's like, I never know what it's gonna look like until I'm pulling it off. It's like opening a mystery gift basket. This was the debate in my head from the start. You know, the green could have taken over. It could have been a green car. Pulling the mask off, you see, it's a nice white Model T body with this sort of classic dual stripe. The thing I'm trying to do with this is like keep it lighthearted, you know? It's not like a badass, nasty hot rod. It's a beach buggy. Sunny day at the beach, you know? What looks cool? What looks like a fun thing to do? This car. The whole thing I was going for with this was like following the lines of the car. So like a vintage pinstripe would simply be around the contour of the body. And that's what you get. Double line, one fat, one skinny. Surprise, surprise, pulling this tape off, it's happening. You like it? Stepping back and looking at it, I really like the way it came out. I think it just needs one more thing. Dune Buggies sparkle. I had a Roadster pickup truck years ago, tried some gold, didn't work out. Round 2, here we go. Tried this gold thing before and it hasn't worked out in my favor, so, you know, hopefully time heals all wounds, you know, I'm a little more mature now. This time I might be able to pull it off. It's the whole thing with the gold car, you know, it's here I am again with this gold flake and I'm just gonna dust it on the car until it looks right. The challenge here is to be subtle and less, you know, more Elvis, less Liberace. Progress-wise, everything's really fleshing out. You know, the paint scheme is looking good. All the fabrication is basically complete. It's all about getting this whole setup to the event, you know. Building's fun, cruising this thing's gonna be even cooler. Well, we made it. The old school Dune Buggy reunion is in effect. Pulling in here, the reunion is well underway and the parade is about to start. And I'm just totally checking out every different style of machine I could ever imagine. Some of them right out of Mad Max. Then you have like your standard Dune Buggies, Manx style stuff. Totally cool. I mean, that's the thing, it's a slow speed cruise, so you really get to check out all the rides. And what I'm seeing is every car's unique. A lot of really old hand-built stuff. You got your sloppy jalopies, you got your super cool sand rails, and then these crazy water pumper things, which are like the full modified wild customs of the show. That's the first Meyers Manx, the first ever. The parade is just the kickoff of the show. It's like, you know, the marching band coming into town. Number one about the car is first impression, right? It's got that cartoon, old school hot rod vibe. The paddle tires take it to the next level. You know, I got to think pinstriped, it's looking good, it's all polished out. I met up with Court. He's the main guy that runs this event.
People are really excited about seeing this car. You did a fantastic job. Adding the body to it just makes this so unique. It just has this unique, complete retro vibe with this kind of hot rod thing thrown on it, and it just, it's a really cool buggy. Can you tell me just a little bit about this paint? Because it looks, at first you'd think it's been out in the sand.
Right.
Right?
That was the idea. Court was really responding to the paint job. You know, I had my idea of what it was going to look like, but him coming in, you know, fresh to it, he's like, this almost looks like the sparkling sands of a beach. It's like a white flake, and then I used a gold flake. So when you're looking at it, it looks like the beach.
It does, it does, it totally does.
I saw his car years ago and was so inspired by it. That was the basis for me for creating this pan buggy in that style. When you get up next to it, you know, you can feel the history. You see the way his car is set up with the Model T steering and all the 60s vibe in the build characteristics.
So this is my dad's car. He was the original owner. It was built in 1967, 68, so it's a 50-year-old car. The original roll bar were stainless steel swimming pool handrails.
Awesome.
Okay.
When I heard that story, I was like, primo. That's where I'm coming from.
All these buggies from the 50s and 60s were home built, much like you did, right?
With all old parts.
Yeah.
I saw your car in Hot VW's magazine years ago, and I wanted to build something styled after your front suspension.
Yeah. How did the front suspension work out for you?
It works great. The thing about this suspension design in Court's and my car is that it is specifically designed for these tight sand dunes. The only way I can describe this place, it's like a skate park for cars. If you see any skateboarders on TV in a big concrete jungle, that's what this is, but it's a sand skate park for cars. I've been to the sand dunes before with different cars, but I've never experienced the authentic old school buggy ride. You have sand in your teeth. I should have brought goggles. The car's ripping it though. It's a wild ride. I'm having a great time. This is one thing I've always wanted to do. I mean, it's very satisfying. I've had a couple other buggies, but this one exceeds the thrill factor of the others. It's totally cool. Talking with Court, he starts telling me about the history of the event.
What's really cool about this event is it is a celebration of the origin and the older dune buggies, but it's open to all dune buggies, everybody to celebrate it. It doesn't matter whether it's from the 50s or whether it's a modern sand car. What draws people here is, one, a connection to their past and their families, and they can bring their whole family. And of course, it's all kind of encapsulated around the buggy, but when you actually talk to people around here, it's about the connection to their friends and family.
Yeah, to get outside, some antique vehicles, and camp out, the whole experience, it's like be something you don't see typically. It's a really unique location to be able to drive on the beach especially. Having the meet and greet, chatting with Court, and Bruce Meyers walks up.
You know who that is?
Yeah, the guy that started it all. Right on. That's awesome. For those that don't know, Bruce is the guy that invented the Meyers Manx. He is deep into the roots of this dune buggy fad. So way back in the day, I think it was 1964, he created the first fiberglass buggy body kit. I was born when it was all happening, and those cars, there was the one that started it all, the whole fiberglass buggy craze. The thing I was digging most about this guy is I think our brainwaves are kind of vibing, you know?
You got to break the rules. See, and that's what it is. It's a little bit of the thumbing of the nose
Yes.
of traditions.
Love that.
And everybody wants to do that because we all want to break a rule if we don't get caught.
Yeah.
His statement about why he did this was that the car was all about being creative, you know, doing your own thing, not driving within the lines, you know, no conformity. This is a fun vehicle to get out of society and just be you.
Did you create the top on this?
Yeah, I built the top. Yeah.
It's metal, is it?
It's metal with vinyl stretched over it, yeah. It's just a little hoop frame, so you can see it. To get in and out, you know, that's the look I seen on Port's website, but to get in and out of the car, I just hinged it. So when you shut it, you just put a hitch pin right through there to keep it locked.
Wow.
When I trailer it on the freeway, I just take the roof right off.
Okay.
But for around here, 10 miles, it's like you just put it in the truck, you just take it and slide it off, like that.
Holy cow.
While we're here also, one of the guys from Hot VW's magazine is here. And if you're in the Volkswagen world, you know that is the pinnacle of what's going on in the VW scene. And I've been trying to get in there since 1985. Since my first car, I've been submitting to Hot VW's magazine. And here I am, a wretched old man, and I build a mutant T-bucket Volkswagen, and finally, he wants to do a photo shoot.
We can do the photo shooting for the magazine, so my name
For
is
sure.
Shin.
My name's Ian. Yeah, we'll be here till tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, good, very cool.
Thanks. Paint job worked out great. The car does glow. I didn't want to drive it at night. It's still a little sketchy, so, you know, mission accomplished on that. It looks great in the daytime. It's got the metal flake, and at night, it's glowing in the dark.
I haven't been here since 1976, and it's deja vu, man. It's like the culture never ended.
You know where I was in 1976?
Where was that?
I was in my playpen with a diaper on. I'm always up for a project with Victor. He pushes me to the limit every time. You know, I didn't recognize this until I started to walk around. I know that modification on the tail end, the interior, and there's some action going on in the front. You know, this is Jack's car. I was trying to get this from him, so I don't know how you pulled that off.
You know, I'm a negotiator. I made him a deal he couldn't refuse.
Victor seems to acquire cars in the same way I may go to the hardware store. Pick up a new wrench, Victor picks up a new car just like that. Somehow he got together with Jack and made this car his. This is one of my favorite stock-bodied cars. It's almost like every year Riviera hits it, you know, from the boat tails to this style. They're all awesome. This car is beautiful as it is. I'm just trying to get on the same page, like what's he thinking?
When I was a kid, back in the days, this is like where I started from. You know, lowrider cars, I'm going back to my roots.
As soon as he says lowrider, I'm like, oh yeah, low and slow. That's cool.
My original idea was just to leave it alone, finish the body work, keep it stock, and just lower it down. Well, then I started thinking, I said, hey, let me see, me and Ian, stock, no way. I stood back and I see a few body modifications so you could kind of see what they are, but I don't take away from my childhood dream. This is what I've always wanted 50 years later.
You're trying to tell me that you still haven't accomplished every childhood dream. There's still a list of them.
This was the last one.
We're in the consultation phase, and sometimes I gotta offer a little dose of reality. The thing is, I know you're subtle. You have this potential to go awry from being subtle.
No bubble top, no fiberglass. We're gonna go just stock with minor enhancements, I promise you. The supercar burned us out. So I wanted just to like take a break and do just a subtle 65 Riviera custom.
Victor's saying it's gonna be easy. We're only gonna modify a couple things.
And same in the back, there's too much fender well. Like 50% of the wheels gotta be covered up.
50%?
50%.
That's not subtle, that's half.
It's subtle to me, come on, give me a break. Had Vinny, my nephew, draw up a rendering on the computer, and I'm showing you what it's gonna look like. It looks factory. I mean, check this out. See how just subtle?
Oh, wow.
And anybody, I took it down. I did around the wheel well, and that's simple. That's just 2 things. That's not 10 things.
Wow, that is, dare I use the word subtle. Victor pulls out this rendering, and I'm pretty impressed. You know, we use the term lowrider. It could go anywhere. It could get really crazy. This looks like it's gonna be pretty classy.
It still looks like a Riviera, right?
If you can rein it in and stick to this looks like 3 things for sure. Like 1, 2. In looking at the rendering, I can see that it's pretty subtle changes. You know, when I'm bringing up the idea of 3 things, it's like, okay, front wheel arch, rear wheel arch, and 1 more time, and we're out. You may have broken new ground here. Have you been in counseling or anything like that?
No, I'm just tired from the last build.
Yeah. It appears that everything else is stock. There's only a side view of this vehicle, and it just looks like a lower, kind of laid-back cruiser.
I want to take this thing to Santa Maria, Cruising Nationals. That's the best car show of the year.
Oh, for sure.
So we have 6 weeks to get this car completed.
The clincher in this negotiation was Victor's got this deadline. He wants to get to the car show. It's a pretty quick turnaround. I love the idea. I think it'll really keep the reins on Victor's ambitions. I think it'll really keep things in line. 6 weeks, kind of tight. We can keep it to 3 things. We can get this. And the clock starts now. Deadline doesn't change, but what we decide to do with the car can. That's the factor. You know, as long as we get there, anything goes between now and then. As per the rendering, we'll just make it look as close to that as possible. I've taped it up over there.
Look at that. That thing is so cool. It's gonna be the easiest build you ever done for me.
Thing is, sometimes subtle is harder. That's a huge change in the side view of the car, so let's just get to it. It's still a 7-foot panel to bodywork. First rule of a lowrider is it's gotta be low. This car's set up on coil springs all around. We're not gonna use them, so I'm gonna cut them all out just to get the car slammed.
Yeah, I always get anxiety when he cuts my cars out.
You don't really need those springs anymore. The main enjoyment for me is giving Victor that shock value. You know, he's got a really nice car. I'm sure it was a considerable investment. So to go in there with a blowtorch and just start slicing stuff apart, it's exhilarating. Smells like fresh baked Riviera.
That's the only time I see you smile is when you tear stuff apart.
Because he's gonna give that tension right back to me. I know it. Later in the fab, he just gets in there and he's picking and picking, you know? So right now, I'm gonna give it to him while I can.
Wow.
It looks good.
Yeah, now that I see it, Ian, man, it's looking like real nice. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful.
That's what I was telling you yesterday. Getting this car on the ground, you can see it's an awesome lowrider. I mean, as is, and Victor's feeling the same way.
You know, we drew this up and that looks pretty cool. But then as you see the car sitting there,
Victor looking at this car on the ground, I could see maybe having second thoughts, you know? It's like, whoa, you know, do we need to jump into this big project?
she's pretty. Look at that body. Look at the stance already. It's a beautiful car.
So I'm kind of talking them down, telling them we're on the right path, you know, we can do this. It looks good, but we can make it great. I've never seen what you're describing. You're saying you haven't either. I'm excited to give it a whirl. It's a great freaking project to start. It's really clean, so we know the rear quarter's a major element. I think we just focus on one side, test it out, and nail it, right? Get it into primer, and then develop the rest as we go. Challenge here is that quarter panel mod gonna make the car better? There's basically no going back.
You know what, I'm committed. It's gonna look incredible when it's done, so let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a lowrider, man, just like the good old days.
I got no problem cutting your cars apart. I've proven it. As subtle as this project's gonna be, the challenge is to improve on the design. I never have a problem cutting a car apart. It's just, this is such a classy thing, I don't want to go backwards on it. Envisioning a line somewhere from this point, this arrow, straight forward. The main focus is to maintain the look of the Riviera. Those body lines should be intact, just slightly modified. Like Robin Hood, the archer. Tape's expensive. Victor's buying, so I use that stuff everywhere. The whole thing I need to do with getting the project started is get the car cut apart and just get some eyes in position. See if the sheet metal is going to translate to that idea. Basically going to section the car, but instead of removing material, I'm going to add material. This is going to be down here. That's kind of representative. We want to tailor that fender skirt opening to a nice shape that fits the car. First thing is to get that big panel set in the corner, because it's a little hard to envision right now. You know, even if you squint and put that tape measure, oh, wait a second, there it is. The rear end of this car is a huge part of the whole look of this tail dragger stance, so getting this fender cut, we're on the right path. Now there isn't a hole. Now there isn't a car. Perfect. Riviera, 65, low rider. You know the shop, you know Victor. We're aiming at getting this wheel arch to look just like the drawing. Right now, I'm just trying to get this thing in the ballpark. Everything changes once you get down to the fine print. Now that we're in the sheet metal phase of it, you know, we might be able to tailor it a little bit more like the Riviera looks. Now I have something that I can hang this on. This is all set in, and I just attach this to it. So that way I can decide, is the fender here? Is the wheel opening back here or up here? And I think I'm gonna cut the bottom of this off so it drops another couple inches. Dun, 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 dun. Up, see that? This is a first. Usually the shop inspector is the harsh critic, you know, the stink guy. He comes in and he's all tongue. He's like, yeah, this is on. That is the lick of approval. He's into lowriders. So see, this line will follow straight through. The big point of concern here is this line that runs the length of the body. You know, the drawing doesn't show it, but it's a primary element in this wheel arch. It comes down the door and goes up over the tire. My goal as of today is to just make it look as close to that drawing as possible. This is all just a setup for discussion.
Ian, how you doing?
Hey man, got a bunch of stuff mocked up. Before Victor came in, I made a mock-up of this lowered rocker panel. That way we can get a feel for the whole side view, how high the car will be off the ground.
Wow, man, you got that thing low. I mean, you know me already.
Yeah,
that thing's on the ground. That's looking real good, man, real good.
This mock-up is important because we're trying to translate this drawing into what the car is actually providing.
You hit it right on the whole panel. The only issue I have is just with the opening of where the tire is. If you could just expand that out, and then, you know I said, hey, put it on the ground, but hey, come on, let me at least go up driveways.
I knew this coming in the door. I was just, just listening. Just waiting for that moment, where it's like, surprise, we're changing everything.
I'm not saying I changed my mind, but I want to enhance my thoughts.
The thing about Victor and working with him is he's always changing his mind. So while I'm building something, I'm thinking of 50 different ways to rebuild it, and that's just the way it is. It's kind of setting yourself up for the inevitable and knowing how to pull through it.
I just want to make a quick mock-up to make sure we're on the right track.
And I think I know how to get what he wants using the stock Rivi parts.
Right there. That's it. I'm relieved because you just cut up my dream car. I'm thinking, man, did I do a bad thing by wanting to modify the back wheel and the front wheel?
Everybody in the world will just put a Fender skirt on the car to lower it, but that's worth the effort for sure. It's cool. Unfortunately, it's not going to translate into a good finished piece. I'm going to have to rebuild the shape we've created out of some steel stock because it's got to be arrow straight to make it count. As you can see, quarter panels are tidied up. Still not hammered out to perfection, but I need to get these wheel arches nailed. We've done all this fabrication so far, and it's merely a mock-up. And you know, I'm okay with cutting my old work apart. It's always about just trying to get that end result. And come in firstly and create a nice straight shot right through that wheel opening. And I'm actually gonna lower it just a touch too. The thing about this modification is the concept of the Riviera remains the same. I just have to rebuild this whole wheel arch to look exactly like the sheet metal should had it been made this way from the factory. If the tire doesn't look right in the wheel opening, it looks funny. So all this debate is worth it, for sure, because I only want to make it one more time. So here's the deal. Instead of using sheet metal on that wheel arch, I'm going to use square tube. If making rear wheel arches out of square tube was easy, everybody'd be doing it. You know, it's not that it's impossible, but you got to have a nice graceful curve in the metal and put it all together. Tube's going to come right through, and that'll give this a perfectly straight shot. Great little session of envisioning we had there, but now it's time to cut all this junk off and make it right. Using this angle, it's pretty thick, and that's gonna give the sheet metal something to hold on to. You could see when we attempted to do all that, we ended up with a big caved-in mess. This quarter panel has to look as if that giant stamping machine at GM nailed it. But we're changing everything, and I'm hand forming it, so it's pretty techy. The one thing that's gonna sell this idea is having that line flow straight through the fender well opening. So it's straighter than a straight line, so I'm just going by all those trim holes right down the center. From day one, this is why I've been so interested in customizing cars. You know, it's the metal fabrication that's kind of the root of why I started this. It started with rust repair, and now it's building custom three-dimensional panels. All right, so that's that as far as the rear portion is concerned. I got this all fully welded up, so that ain't going nowhere. Is there something behind me? It's like, you know, when somebody pats the kid on the head, almost the same thing. It's like, keep it up, man. First review by Senor Inspector. This may be the best walk-in ever. This is the last part of the action, and I'm not getting distracted by any of this. You can see I'm focused. There's a tongue in my eye, so I guess you're liking this project, huh? I don't know the breeding of this particular hound, but you never know. He may have a little of that Latino culture in his blood. Well, I guess I won't be needing a shower this evening. I'm gonna follow this angle that Victor and I started working on. I think I'm on the right track. Shop Inspector is all full of approval, so hopefully Victor is thinking the same things. As much as I tend to get satisfied with my own accomplishments, Victor always seems to think I can do better. So I don't really know how he's gonna react to this.
Ian, how you doing?
Good, man.
How's she looking?
It's getting close. None of that is Riviera anymore. I had to make everything.
Yeah, you know what, dude? You nailed it.
Fortunately, Victor loves it, so we are on our way. 3 easy steps, 2 to go.
You got that line perfect. Look at how it goes straight to the back behind the wheel. It looks like factory. I bet you if someone had never seen a Riviera before and they seen that, they would think it's factory.
I like that, you're coming around. You're actually, you're 1.5 inches off the ground, and I know that's a big step for you, man. You're coming up in the world. I remember projects where you're talking about subterranean vantage points, so this is good. That was a lot more challenging than I thought, but if you're good with that, I'll follow that rocker panel right forward and we'll create the new front wheel arch. So the front wheel arch is gonna be, perfectly round, basically. It's gonna match that white wall. So let me roll a ring out of the same square tube I used for the back, and then we'll just set on the car and see what we come up with.
Good, let's go for it. I recognize that.
Yeah, there was this one time where I cut this guy's Porsche apart, and I got to keep all the tires from it. So I got 4 nice tires with great tread. Even though Victor's envisioning process isn't crystal clear right from the onset, I really like working with him because he's got a different take on everything in comparison to what I would do. So it really pushes my fabrication. There's a million ways to bend metal, I choose to do it caveman style. That's German engineering for you. It's too big, eh? Pretty close. Now you gotta shrink that up, right?
Yeah.
If it's still not right, you just kind of hand form it.
It's like one of those strongman cartoons. Popeye, you have spinach or something back there? I'm actually thinking of changing these wheels out. I brought another set of wheels with me that have the white wall, the same size tire. Let me just wheel that in so you can make the radius around the actual wheel.
I think the biggest part of any project is that wheel and tire combo. You immediately know what the flavor of the car is. Oh, perfect. Victor brings in a new set, and it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Simple and classy. It's like a hovercraft.
Yeah, no, that's clean.
Yeah. Now that we got this tire and wheel combo, we know the diameter, so I'm gonna form the tube right around it. So you want this thing like right up there, right?
Yes.
Look at that. All right, now when I shake my head, you stick tape on it.
Right, so to me, proportion, it's looking too small. It looks like a little teeny hole there.
I agree with you 100%. It looks like a little freaking pinhole in the side of the car. So, we shrunk down that one that I rolled. Let's just roll one right out of the tire and just put that on there and see what it does. Of primary importance is the fact that the tire looks right on the car with the fender that we're creating in place.
Yeah, no, that feels much, much better.
We're really making decisions on the car, so I'm setting up 2 different options just to see what looks best.
The line I see is this in between both, half distance.
Yeah. Well, I got an idea to make that happen. I'm gonna set those 2 rings on the car and trace right down the middle. I'm gonna tack weld them to the car, and I'm gonna trace right through, because we can always make it a little bit bigger, easily.
Yeah.
This is decision-making central, You got a concept, next step is to fab it out. Any last wishes, last requests?
I'm ready, I'm committed, go for it.
It's a nice car. There's a million ways to go about this, I'm trying to play it conservative. The back was pretty straightforward. I know the front's not gonna be that simple, so I only wanna build it once. The main thing here is to just get that mock-up 3-dimensionally, cardboard, tape, spray paint, whatever it takes. This isn't the car. So you can see you're flowing in this general direction, sort of like this. Voila, instant lowrider, just add tape. I think it looks pretty aggressive with that.
It does.
Something about the paint fumes in the air, it just helps everything come together. This is a pretty complex shape to create and then mirror on the other side of the car, so just trying to get Victor to just stick with this. Are you sure? Is this the way it's gonna be? Again, I know we're gonna change it. It's just the way it happens, but I have to put it into metal now. Knowing the diameter of the opening, at least I can build to that and we can trim back, because that wheel arch that's in there has to get totally removed. This is pretty ambitious. You know, these subtle changes are not without consequence. So, you gotta make this count.
But without no risk, there's no reward.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No whisk, no reward. Decision's been made, we are on our way. We're in Van Nuys, California, Van Nuys Boulevard, cruise night. If you know anything about Los Angeles, you know this is one of the scenes. I'm not one of the old timers, but I've seen a lot of movies, and a lot of them include the Van Nuys Boulevard cruise night. You name it, in the 70s, this place was hopping, and it's still going off today. One thing I can say is lowriders are a big deal at this cruise, and that's the reason Victor and I came out. There's a lot of them. They're busting the moves. They got the stereos going. It's pretty cool.
Ian, jump in. Let's go for a cruise like the old days.
So is there anything you want to change on this one, or is it okay?
No, this is it.
Okay.
This one's done.
No more enhancements? Out here with Victor and his crew. They're in full force. All the cars I've worked on with him are here. It's pretty awesome to see the lineup.
I haven't been here since 1976. And it's deja vu, man. It's like the culture never ended. From the vans to the lowriders to the bikers.
You know where I was in 1976?
Where was that?
I was in my playpen with a diaper on. Victor's telling me this is where it all started for him. From the day he could drive, Van Nuys Boulevard was the spot. So he's been coming here since high school. It's pretty awesome. So that's the crazy thing, you know, you've been here, you've lived this. Me growing up in New York, this view here, I've only seen in movies, you know?
Yeah, and the difference between now and then is technology. The cars go higher, the cars go faster, the cars are shinier, and it's just amazing what's happened. You know, my kids are here, the next generation followed my passion, and they're doing the same thing I'm doing.
That's cool, man. Some of these younger kids are getting a little loose though, man. Somebody was spinning in circles.
Yeah, no, it gets crazy, like real crazy.
As far as lowriding goes, it's about dropping them, hopping them, cranking the tunes, having a good time. This is the spot for it, for sure. The whole thing with the lowrider culture is big time pride in their ride. You look at these things and they are dialed in, detailed to the max, and they use them. That's what I like. They're out, they're hopping. This is awesome. Seeing all these cars, man, this is the scene, dude. I get it. I've always dug lowriders, but there's nothing like being in the mix, you know? In the car, cruising. I saw a bunch of vans up here too. I know the van thing was happening.
Yeah, this is where Scooby-Doo was created.
Victor's got his whole crew here. His son, Rick, is here. They each got their own rides. It's pretty cool. The thing that I'm so amazed about is, like, you know, you put airbags in a car, it lifts up and down. These cars are freaking going for it, dude, and they're working them.
The amount of money they invest in these cars is awesome. You see the murals, a whole bunch of hydraulics, airbags. The cops really don't mess with anybody either. It's just kind of, they let them do their things.
There they go.
Oh, there they go, they're starting it up. But
it's just a matter of time.
My dad's been bringing me out here since I was a little kid.
That's the crazy thing. Like, I've never cruised with Victor, with your dad. He's like, the cars, I work on them and they go away. I don't know what they do.
Oh, it's great, man. And the collaboration, you guys come together with some really badass cars. The ultimate question, where's the dog?
He could never come here, man. Never, ever. He'd be a wreck. He loves lowriders.
His attraction to lowriders?
Yeah, he loves lowriders, so he'd just be a panic. He'd be one of these guys out in the street chasing the hopping cars. I think the Rivi's gonna fit right in here.
Oh, yeah, it will.
Thing is, we are slamming right through this build, so it's nice to take a night off, get a little more inspiration, get fired up. Lowrider scene kind of parallels every clique in the car culture. The guys are getting their detail in, they're having fun with their rides. It's all just a different type of style. Unbeknownst to me, the shop inspector gets special deliveries. Somebody shows up and there's a box with his name on it. I don't know what the heck this is about, but it's addressed to Dude. canine dog chore coat. Typically, you know, he's the naked dog, no collar. You know, he's just walking around inspecting and criticizing, and he may be up in his game. Oh boy, this is classy. Oh, look at this. It's pretty cool, man. I think he's digging this project. He's got a lowrider, he's got a special coat, he's got 2 pockets, he's got a collar. You're looking good, man. And this dog seems to be digging his new gear, but I'm loving it even more, you know. This is perfect. This is like a walking tool chest. It's like a pack mule. Look at this. This is epic. Bring your tools. We got work to do. You know, this is perfect. I don't like stuff in my pockets. I don't like jewelry, you know, I don't like to be weighed down. That's my toolkit right there. It's all right there. It's mobile. Toss it a treat every now and then. As long as it doesn't fall asleep, it's right by your side. Oh, but wait, there's more. This is the crazy thing about living with this animal, is he's got a bigger fan base than I do. Check this out. You are the luckiest dog in the world today. Look at it. I don't get beds or jackets in the mail. I mean, what's going on here? I'm doing all the work, he's getting all the credit. You look relaxed. It's not too shabby, huh? Most likely this guy's gonna be sleeping on the job. My goal today is to just get some metal representing all that tape and paper we had, and easier said than done. It's the same story with the back. The contour's got to flow, the tire's got to look right in the opening, so it's gonna be just trim, check, inspect. What I figured out with the back that I wasn't even thinking about is this line kind of determines almost everything. It determines the starting point, so I'm gonna bring this right up to the tire, put on the round tube, and join the pieces. This ring is totally flat. Fender is totally curved. So I gotta totally curve this to totally make this work, dude. As simple as this front wheel arch looks, it's very complex, especially bending a tube. I have a plan, but before I get to it, I wanna replace the cardboard with sheet metal. Marker. Thank you. After going on a cruise night with Victor, I realized we had forgotten a very important part of the process, and I wanted Victor to come in and check it out before I go any further.
Ian, what's going on?
Working out these lines.
That looks nice. Right around my white wall showing.
Yeah.
Everything's flowing.
This project's a whirlwind, you know. Victor and I are all concept. The car's on the ground, it's gotta look good, it's lowered, etc. There's other factors to consider, and we gotta talk it out. This is exactly what you're asking for.
Yes.
But it's slammed, the frame is on the ground. You gotta lift the car up on the air suspension to ride. So, I mean, what I'm figuring is, you know, circle in an arch, it looks great, but it's so tight right now that when you bring that up, you know what I mean? It starts
It's
to
gonna
look
look
weird.
funky. I'll probably be able to see the engine, right?
Well, that's the thing. It all depends on what you want out of it, but when we raise it, it might not look right. It's gotta look as good at ride height as it does sitting on the ground, and that might mean we have to adjust these fender well openings.
I never figured on, hey, I gotta drive this thing. My look is slammed park.
Right, and that's what I mean. We built this car, but literally it is metal to concrete. Even though the rockers are up, you know, the frame is on the ground. So I got these bags just in. There's no compressor or anything. Let me hit it with the shop hose. And one thing you gotta remember is the back always lifts first. I got it so it lifts so fast that it's gonna crush those rear quarters, so just kind of watch it.
Can I have a car that just anybody could get in and lift up without having to lift the back up, the front up? Can I get a regular car where I just go up easily and down? No, lift the back up first, the front up second, turn your head left, turn your head right.
One of the subtleties about close clearances is there's a procedure. So he's not taking it easy, you know. He's like, I want a turnkey thing. Why can't my stuff be simple? Full custom ain't easy. Victor should know this by now. And in raising the car up, sure enough, the front tire looks weird.
Yeah, no, that's I mean, I could definitely go over curves. That's one good thing about it.
You could set up the valves to have side-to-side action, you know,
Yeah.
flip-flop like it's showing, but right now it's just a bag. One bag is pushing the air into the other, so it helps us pose the car. So right now, rocker panel's down. So that's as low as you can get. So that's
Right there.
That's about cruise
Yeah,
height
that's gonna
right
be
there.
cruise height right there.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly.
So that's where I could drive it and still go over manhole covers and cruise it,
If
right?
you're lucky, yeah.
Yeah,
on a
so
good
then,
day.
yeah, I'm a lucky guy. We lowered this down 2 more inches. Yeah, and then now this bar's down to here and we're cruising and then we achieved what I wanted.
Right. Changing the radius, modifying the fender a bit, it all adds to a better look in the end.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something about that because, you know me, I would have had to enhance it at the last minute. Knowing me, the body work would have been done, painted, and then here we go again.
Well, the good news about all this is we're already there. We're in the ballpark. I'm just gonna lower that arch down, weld it in place, duplicate it on the other side. That mock-up is finally dialed in. Now it's time to just get her done. No second chances, so we gotta nail this, finalize it, and get onto the rear end.
Go for it, let's do it.
After we decided that ring's gonna come down another couple inches, I decided to replace this whole piece of the fender. I came from the front all the way back and then shimmed it out with a few grinding discs on the old rim and tire just to keep that contour of the fender where I need it. Although I have the radius finished around the tire, it needs to curve with the fender too, which isn't that easy. The focus on this whole modification is to make it look as if it could have been done that way from the factory. So the main challenge here is to maintain the lines of the Riviera, keep it subtle, as complex as it may become. The whole deal is I'm gonna try to keep this distance even to about the 10:30, 11 o'clock area. And then I'm gonna have to start to pie cut it to get it to bend. I came up with a concept of cutting this tube every few inches. The easiest way to translate that would be maybe if you know what flexible exhaust tubing does. It just is able to be formed pretty simply, so I just don't know how much cutting is gonna be required. My thought is that at the end of this, it all has to get put back together, welded solid, so it's gotta happen. And then you could just take this and bring it up. We're close. The thing is, the tighter the radius, the more relief cuts I'm gonna have to make. So on a mellow curve, you know, every inch or so is good, but when it gets really tight, I'm gonna do it about every 1/4 inch. In simplest terms, this is the simplest way to achieve this. It's a lot of effort, but you can see that it's working. As flat as this car looks, it's super curvy. When you come into that front fender, it's about an 8-inch radius. Looks like it's flat, but it's curved this way and it's curved this way. And I'm using flat steel. Victor said it was gonna be easy. I was trying to hold Victor to this concept of 3 easy steps, so we've already gone way past that. Just modify everything. 3 easy steps. As far as the world of fender forensics goes, this is represented by this. These tabs are representing the underside, and now I have to create this outer lip, which you can see the radius differs from the bottom. There's almost nothing, it's almost flat, and it turns into this really dishy shape. That's what the boss wants. In the end, I gotta make sure that this concept translates to a solid finish, and it's all about whatever it takes at this point. It's just one of those things, I can't stand flies in the shop. And we have horses next door. Horse, look, it's right behind me. It's coming in fast. It's smart. I've tried to gas it 5 times already. Can't stand it. For some reason, I'm a fly magnet. I'm like Pigpen. I think he bugged out. Nope, it's right behind me again. Oh, look at that. Sorry, fool. You're done. Spray paint's around, you know? It's an ugly color. I'm not gonna paint anything orange, so it's fly repellent. That's what you get for landing on my sheet metal. Again, forming a flat sheet into a three-dimensional shape, there's a million ways and a million high-tech tools to do that. Or you could just splice it into little pie cuts and form it around the fender. The statement of reforming a fender is simple. The challenge of accomplishing that is a ton of work, and that's the thing. I knew this was not going to be 3 easy steps. The whole concept was, this is strong, strong, strong. You see the fender's flexing. Outer ring is rock solid. End of the day, this is what the car needs, and I'm all about doing whatever it takes. There's still a ton of work to do up inside, but right now it's all about the external appearance. Last few details to wrap up, and this side of the car is done.
Wow, that really looks good. I love the way that looks.
Good to hear. That was a lot of messing around.
Yeah, I love the way you added this piece on here. You dropped it down a couple inches so it starts to taper down to make the car flow out. I mean, that's brilliant.
You know, once we lowered everything, it really needed that front little part of the fender to match, because, you know, dropping the center of the arch 2 inches just changed the whole look of that wheel well. So I just made what looked right.
And I see you did something here to tie this in. That really flows. It actually adds to the car. Like, it looked like it was built from the factory that way.
I think that this is kind of that what happened moment, you know, and that's cool. Guys that know the Riviera will look at it and wonder if it wasn't some kind of special edition, who knows what. Even though it was a ton of work, in the end, it is pretty subtle.
Yeah, you know what, Ian? This side is done. I mean, 100%. The rest of it will take care of it in body work. All flows came out like better than I expected it to.
Victor's really digging the whole line of this car, you know? He's like, oh yeah, it's the lowrider I wish I could have had in high school.
I gotta get a hat and some shades, man.
Speaking of that, I got a surprise. Let me raise it up so you can see the white wall at like driving height, and I'll show you how it's gonna look up and down. I just got them hot wired to a battery in the trunk right now. Watch when you hit the switch, because it's like, it gets up kind of quick.
Wow, easy there. Easy there, partner. That's ridiculous.
It's like bucking bronco. At the front, I slowed down a little. It's not too much.
And it don't go side to side, does it?
It does all the moves, baby. So if you want to, you know, get your ghetto groove on, you can dump it side to side too. So we'll have a little gangster lean if you want that. Victor wanted a lowrider. That's what he's got. Front, back, side to side.
You took that literally seriously about the lowrider stuff, huh?
That's what you want, man, right? The thing is, it's not quite hopping hydraulics motion. You know, this is a cruiser. Air suspension works perfect. The sides look like your drawing, but there is no reference as to what the heck's going on with the front or the back end of this car.
And there's a reason for that. I figured once we finished the sides, we'd get the feel, and we don't need no plan to tell us what we have to do in the front. All we have to do is walk over and start thinking and talking, and we will come up with something, I'm positive.
We don't need no stinking plans.
Never. Yes, and the more I look at it, we're in trouble.
I think we've made a lot of progress on the side view of this car. It's better than I had hoped, you know. Front and rear are next. I got a few ideas, and I'm sure Victor has got a mind of his own. Who knows where it's going.
Hydraulic pumps catching on fire. Gets dangerous around here.
It's all good?
It's all a part of being a lowrider, man. You know, nice cars, they can get destroyed like that.
When you're dealing with someone's prized possession, their passion, the last thing they want to see you do is go at it with a frickin' knife. Looks like they're thinking, oh, good times. No, that's later on. Right now it's war. Put the word out, I'm looking for some new projects. Right away, my buddy Tom hits me up. He says, hey, my friend Bob and I, we got a project. Come on out and see what we're doing. That's a Buick, right? With the portholes on the side?
Yeah, it's a 55 Buick. Yeah, I've always got a bunch of projects lying around. Probably too many. Got it from my dad, I guess. You know, he was always into hot rods and motorcycles and things like that. That's where I got the bug from.
So this thing is cool, man. We could totally work with this.
It's a lot of fun watching Ian walk around like a kid in a candy store, looking at all these different cars that could be potential projects.
Right behind it, across the driveway, is this early 70s Pontiac. This is cool.
Yeah, it's the Uniroyal Thrill Driver stunt car, Joey Chitwood. They used to jump them through hoops of fire.
Right,
and
at the fairgrounds,
yeah,
they do all
exactly.
kinds of tricks.
They had stunt drivers, Uni, Roy, and Al. This is Uni. The other two cars, I understand, are gone. So this one's kind of got some history to it.
I've never built one of these cars. I'm intrigued. You know, if Bob wants to jump through the flaming hoop of fury at 150 miles an hour, he's called the right guy. We can make this happen. It's cool. What is this? I'm already digging this car, looking through it, and I'm like, but wait, there's more. What's up? Is this your shop inspector?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know where these car-loving animals come from, but they do exist. We have evidence. Dude could never fit in the speaker hole in the rear deck. You can never replace shop inspector. He's a #1. But hey, we're on location here. We're gonna need some support. Interesting project, man. I can't wait to get started on this thing.
This isn't it. He seems pretty excited about everything that's around here, but he hasn't seen my hot rod yet.
So I don't recognize this truck shell. Is a Dodge?
Nope, International.
Oh, wow.
I'm excited to see what Ian thinks of the work we've done and the work that needs to be done.
I've done a bunch of international stuff. This is old, though. Like what, 30?
Early to mid-30s.
Walking up on this project, Tom's giving me the spiel, hot rod, etc. But I see it was set out in this pasture for a reason. It's definitely a basket case. Oh man, what's up with the back wall?
There should be a window here.
You ain't kidding.
Right, but it was apparent. It looked like it had been in a wreck. There was a pretty big dent, and the sheet metal was wavy, so it had to go. It's an old farm truck, you know.
I see. The wild card with any old project is the damage or the rust, or the damage and the rust in most cases. And this truck's got a good dose of both. It's not even there to debate. It's pretty rough. Well, I mean, it's definitely unique, the fact that it's an international for sure, but is there like a thing with this? Family heirloom? Or?
Well, there is. I've wanted an international. And when I was looking for a hot rod project, I went back and forth, Chevy, Ford. I kept coming up to international. Well, I struck a deal with my neighbor to get the international. But once we got it home and Bob and I took a look at it, it was really obvious how rough it was and how long it had been sitting.
We started on the cab, and it's got a great style to it, but we kind of gave up on it.
I know it. It's not the prettiest looking thing to look at, but I see the potential in it. I'm really hoping that Ian does too. I know it's pretty rough, but what do you think?
In this, I could see the potential already, right away. But is there more? I mean, cars, they come with like 3 or 4 tires. You got a cab and a bed and a cat. Look at this thing.
So Ian's like, where's the rest of it? And that's when I get really excited, because this is what Bob and I have been working on for some time. And I'm really excited to see what Ian thinks about it.
Oh, so you guys aren't kidding around.
Nope.
This is cool.
Thank you.
Right on. You know, I deal with a lot of pipe dreamers, you know, guys with a piece of metal and a dream, but
right.
I didn't realize you guys are already nailing it. You've been on this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was hoping to see. Now we're talking cars. So I don't recognize the frame. What did this come from? You built it, or?
This is custom built.
Nice.
Tommy and I have been building this chassis for quite a while, off and on. we were kind of at a standstill on it. We reached the point to do the body work, and I don't do body work.
Hot Rod Bob, he's been doing this for quite a long time. He knows what he's doing. He's one of those guys that you can learn a lot from.
This is the easy part for me, but that body work, are you sure that thing's hammered?
Well, I mean, I can definitely handle the sheet metal work. If this thing runs and drives, we're in business. You guys got a deal.
All right, cool, great. He was asking if it runs and drives, and he says if it does, he's in. Heck yeah, it runs and drives.
And like instantly, they're grabbing tires, wrenching on stuff, strapping seat on there. It's perfect. 2x4s, ratchet strap. It's gonna be awesome. This definitely looks like you're gonna need a stunt helmet. There it is, it's all you, baby.
It's all you, Bob. They don't call him Hot Rod Bob for nothing.
That's the thing, there's something to be said for seniority, you know? Bob knows his stuff, he's gonna be the test pilot. Period correct, man.
Okay.
The reassuring thing was, at the turn of the key, it fired right up. There it is.
Just seeing it drive around, I'm getting excited.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a total hot rod for sure.
Absolutely.
Somehow, super rough projects are like cosmically drawn to me. It's nice to have one that is pretty far along mechanically.
So, are you into it?
Oh, 100%. Sold.
All right, man.
Totally cool. Let's do it. I can see that this truck really means a lot to Tom, and that's cool. That's why I'm here. You know, I really want to help him out, whatever it takes. Tom's international truck seems like a really good project. He's telling me that, you know, him and Bob have been building the whole thing here at the shop, and I am more than welcome to set up camp here and do what I need to do. You know, it's definitely a good starting point. The body, I do want to see it on the chassis, though. That way, you know, when I get into chopping the top, I want to see how close to your head it's going to be.
I don't know about chopping it, man. Look.
What?
You'll see.
That's exactly why we want to put this thing on. I got to see what's happening.
Don't scratch my authentic patina.
Tom's done a couple really wild projects with me in the past, and I'm excited to get the cab on the chassis, see what he's working with, what ideas he has.
Okay, now here's the problem with chopping it.
I see no problem at all.
Well,
There's almost no metal to chop.
Keep in mind, I'm like 6 foot to 6'2", depending on what liquor store I walk out of. Now watch this.
That eyes are 7 feet.
The problem with chopping this is, as you can see, you bring this roof down any, and I can't see.
Right, you're already sitting on the floor. You can't get any lower.
Right.
Well, I mean, we got to do something, man. Maybe we could just raise the roof, you know? Bring it up 4 inches instead. We have plenty of room. I was surprised, but it made sense, you know? Tom wants to stay pretty mild on it. He's a tall guy. He doesn't really want to chop it. I'm just going to wait it out. I kind of get what you're saying with the chop top. Maybe we could do something cool on the back, you know, put in a cool back window or something different. I mean, all this is pretty ratty. So I think from here, wrap right around. We'll just blank it in, and then maybe we can do something cool with the back window.
I got a couple options for the back window.
Options, baby. It's the spice of life. Let's go looking. Hot Rod Bob is a collector. He's got some stuff. I've gotten a few treasures from him in the past. My kind of collection.
Here's this.
Oh yeah. That's a ship's porthole.
I think you've used something like this before.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's like a camper window.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's like almost as wide as your cab.
Yeah. I really like this one, then, man.
Yeah, you try it out.
Yeah.
See how it looks.
I've got one more option.
All right, let's check it out. Search continues. It's all about keeping an open mind. Oh.
It's the original.
Why didn't you tell me that you had that? I was a little surprised to see this window frame. You know, it's the original.
That's stock right there. That's factory.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bent, but it's usable.
Yeah.
It's really all up to Tom. You know, we can do something really wild, full custom, chop top, the whole deal. In the end, it's Tom's call. It's his truck. First things first is to repair this back wall. You know, I love the fact that the chassis is driving, so let's not take out the gas tank or anything. Let's just pop the cab off, set on the dolly, surgical procedure, like a surgeon's table, like a lab. That cab is pretty rough. You know, we got a lot of work ahead of us, but I need to take a closer look. Now, class, there are a number of things wrong with the back of this truck. So right here, you can see it's out right here. And that's a lot, right? And on this side is the exact opposite. So you got the roller coaster effect. If I was to follow this line with the sheet metal, this is what it'd be doing. It's like way the heck out of shape. Not really sure if Tom knows how far gone this truck is. So the good news is I got a plan, but the not so great news is that instead of just putting this wall in and fixing the window, we kind of got to rehab the back third of the truck. There was numerous impacts. Instead of just putting in a window, let's just fix the whole back of the truck. It's gonna be way better for it. We'll clean all this crud out of here and we'll make it nice. It's never too late to shop it. That's the whole idea here, you know what I'm saying? So once I start working my influence and my hypnotizing ways. How many fingers am I holding up, right? You're going left, you're going right.
No chop.
Going down a hall, you're turning left, you're turning right. Bottom line is we need to create a whole new rear panel by any means necessary. When you're dealing with someone's prized possession, their passion, the last thing they want to see you do is go at it with a frickin' knife. It's like they're thinking, oh, good times. No, that's later on. Right now it's war. It's like visiting the dentist. Don't be nervous.
Oh, man. Yeah, but even the dentist is painful.
Open your mouth.
It's very hard to watch. Was I expecting them to cut out the whole back of my cab? No.
All right, so now we're gonna do a little tar paper template lesson.
Tar paper?
My neighbor was putting a roof on his shed, so last night I did a little shopping. He was done, you know, he didn't need that.
Okay.
Tar paper isn't your typical template material, but it works, and you gotta use what's available.
Man, if I mess it up, I'll just blame Ian.
I can tell Tom has concerns. You just gotta work through it.
Ian's a go type of guy, man. He just jumps right in and he starts getting to work. It's a little bit hard to keep up with him. All right, so why do we put a square tube down here at the bottom and what's with the rod? But I'm trying. So this isn't gonna look like I've got some beaded line going on.
You know, I just gotta say this. You're the most inquisitive client I've ever worked with. You're hitting all the bullet point questions and I appreciate that.
Good. Well, I'm asking questions because, you know, I'm concerned, I'm curious.
The whole idea with this is you start with a little oversized and trim it back. So this is the story. I mean, the challenging part is this one corner, but the center just falls into place. So you see what you're getting, right?
Oh yeah. You'd think that going this method would be all choppy and archaic looking, but this is already looking smooth.
Because I got style, my man.
You do.
What do you think you're dealing with here? Got the rear panel in, and we're just checking it out. Now I have to ask. So now the only question I have is, how much are we gonna chop it?
Say chop one more time. I dare you. I double dare you. Ian's relentless, man. He really wants me to chop this truck. I'm thinking no chop, man. I'm too tall. You chop this thing, I'm not gonna be able to drive it.
Still no?
Still no, man.
How about the porthole window? Grab that thing.
Porthole window, all right.
Maybe we can get crazy with the window. Right dead center, man. Ah, look at that. It's perfect.
It looks like a minion.
It does. Yeah, definitely on the same vibe here. No porthole for sure. That's too weird. But the one contender was the oval.
Too weird for Ian.
Well, I'm saying it's too weird for you. I'd have half a dozen of those things on the back of my car. Whoosh.
I gotta take a look at this from back here.
Not sure if either of these are gonna work, but it's his truck.
It looks like a welder.
It does, it looks like a welding helmet.
This is a welding helmet.
Right.
You know, I like it, but I'm thinking that's more of a, if it was necessary, we would use that one.
The only thing I'm thinking about is that the stock one's kind of beat up and dented. We're gonna have to do a little process to that to make it work. If you wanna fit that one up, we'll see how far out of shape it is. That's totally a contender. I mean, that's the right window for the truck. The only issue is, just like the back wall, this thing is all smashed. Both of these panels, we're gonna have to straighten. I mean, and if you reverse it, the theoretical flat side on here, you can see it's way out. That's like an inch off.
I can see how bad it is. It's really out of shape. You know, I mean, I like it. Actually, I love it because it is the original window.
I can tell Tom's really set on this window frame. Let's see how bad this thing really is. Let's use some envisioning tape. I put this stuff on everything.
I think that center.
Once the envisioning tools come out, it gets kind of serious. What do you think, higher, lower?
Right there, stop. So Ian takes that back window frame and puts it up against the back of the cab with some tape. Yep, it's not looking right.
I mean, the window looks good, but it is bent. It's totally out of shape.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
There's always a porthole, man. I know that thing is perfectly round.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Look at this arch here, and look at this. Tell me it doesn't look like it's out of shape completely.
A little over 9 inches, about 9 3/8 right there. And then we come here, we're almost to 10.
That's what I'm seeing. It's whacked out.
I'm really hoping that Ian can pull some tricks out of his hat to make this thing better.
The good news is we can fix that thing. I got a plan.
You got a plan?
Yep. About to get medieval on this.
Yeah.
When a piece of metal gets bent, especially sheet metal, the molecules, they get rearranged. It wants to stay in that shape. Heating it up with the torch anneals it. It makes it soft again.
Is this one of the tricks that he has in his hat? I don't know, but I mean, it looks like something that came out of a barbecue. It doesn't look like a good idea.
As well as annealing it also tends to burn it up. That does not concern me. The steel isn't burning. All the crud that's on it is. It looks pretty rough.
Are you sure this is gonna work? What do you mean? Dude, you roasted my window.
This is a pretty unique shape we're dealing with here. So the next step is to make a little dolly tool that we can hammer the thing back into shape with. Red on that side?
Yes, red.
Hey-ya! Dink. Looks pretty darn close, eh? The idea here is when you're away from your shop, sometimes you gotta improvise. You see that dent anywhere?
Yeah, man, it's
Dent
gone.
disappeared.
Man, it was a totally unorthodox way of going about it, but it worked. Ian managed to straighten out this window frame. Wow, man, you did it. Look at that.
Done. Tom is super stoked. It's looking good. Now it's just all about the welding. It's the scariest part of sheet metal fabrication is your potential to warp it. The way this is set up, I'm just making every effort to minimize the warpage. Hiya!
Wow.
It's not as good as the porthole, but it's pretty good.
No, man, this is better than the porthole. It's such a relief to see it fit back in there.
Man, that looks like a truck. It's a good looking window, man. Good call.
That's awesome.
That old window frame ended up fitting in there pretty good. Almost like it was designed that way. I call this repair complete.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna skim this with filler just to take all these little weld dots out of here, but that's pretty darn straight.
That's amazing, man.
Tom's pretty psyched. I wanna put that cab back on the chassis and see what else he's thinking about. That looks a little bit better, man, for sure.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
Seeing it back on the chassis, it's really cool. I'm kind of tripping out.
With the back wall there now, you really get that feeling of how raked it is. I really like the stance. Everything that Tom and Bob have done so far is really good. The one thing though, the back wall's totally outshining the rest of the rig now.
What do you mean?
Well, it's like, hey, I'm a back wall. I'm brand new. I'm an old truck.
Yeah? What should we do about that?
Well, that's the thing. There's two options. You could bring the whole truck up to that polished steel finish, or you could try to just, mellow out the back wall. I don't know what the end game is, what the goal is.
One thing I don't want to do is throw a whole lot of money at it, you know what I mean? I think just matching that panel to the rest of the truck is probably the way to go.
That's up to you. I'm gonna do a little body filler on there, but that's your baby. You're the artist in the house.
I'm the paint guy?
There you go.
All right, I'll do
It's
it.
your truck.
Yeah, let's see what I come up with. This is a challenge. This is a big, important part of the build. I mean, this is the characteristic of the truck. I don't want to mess it up. I don't know if we can pull it off, but in 2 weeks, my car club's got this meet coming up, and I think it'd really be cool to drive my truck.
You know how I roll, man. I'm budget conscious all the time.
Yeah.
You can make that happen in 2 weeks. These projects can just linger, you know. I'm not saying Bob and Tom were slacking on this, but it's been in progress for a long time. Having a deadline gets everybody motivated. You know, I got a couple ideas for this bed. You know, there's a huge hole in it. Number one, that's all that's bugging me is that, you know, you got your gear. Typically you throw your stuff in the truck.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I really didn't think about what was gonna happen back here. I don't know, I'd like to see what you have in mind.
I think we should make literally a trunk section here and then cap it. Put a tonneau cover right at this level. That way you can secure it. Nobody's getting at your battery, nobody's getting at your gas tank, nobody's getting at your goods.
I see what you're saying. It definitely will make it look more of a finished product if there's something going on here.
Let's do something steel as a storage bin, and then anything goes on top as long as it fits your aesthetic of what the truck's gonna be. I'll work on that sheet metal stuff, and then, you know, whatever you can come up with on this bed cover.
Wow.
Made some progress, sir.
Geez, I guess. Wow, dang, look at that.
So that helps it out quite a bit.
That's
huh?
gorgeous. The rest looks like heck, but that's nice.
Bob came in and he was jazzed. You know, I explained our plan. I got this idea for the shape here, you know, to accommodate these mechanical parts. So if you guys can figure out something for this cover, I'll work on getting this trunk area set up.
I was telling Ian, you got plenty of stuff out here. I'm pretty sure we can find something to make a cover.
Oh yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff laying around. We'll find something.
I let those guys go on the hunt. It's Tom's truck. They've been collaborating since the start. I'm interested to see what they come up with. The dog is here because the cat quit. I don't know. It just never showed up for work after the first day.
Dude! Yeah, man, Ian brought the shop inspector in today. That's really cool. It's been a while since I've seen the dude.
Now that we got some progress, I figured I'd bring the quality control, you know? Just
Yeah.
a little checkup on things. I did a little sheet metal work back at my shop. So I was thinking it's gonna set right on that cross member and weld right to the frame here. And we'll just put some sides on, so you got this big hollowed out area.
Nice.
The idea with this is it's just a storage spot in the bed. You know, I wanted to get it all set up so that I could finish it off today. This is super basic. I just put this on the sheet metal brake, did a series of folds, and you see I put some little X's in there just to give it some rigidity. And I didn't put walls on it in case we had to change the shape a little, you know.
Oh man, this is gonna work. Oh wow, this trunk that Ian built in the back of the bed, it's really cool. It's gonna come in handy. Yeah, Bob and I, we went and picked a couple things out of the yard for possible cover.
Yeah, let's check that out. This can go in at any time. I was curious to see what they got for bed cover options.
Yeah, check this out.
There's a car hood, right?
Yeah, 68 Mercury Montclair.
It's a big car hood.
It's got a pretty cool body line on it. That might...
That's kind of neat. I did a roof of a hot rod with something similar to this. It was a Mustang hood. I mean, if you like it, you know, to extend this would be a little challenge. You know, you'd have some body work and whatnot if you wanted this detail to come through. Inspector seems concerned. There's a lot of noise from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, no? Is it a no?
There's that stink eye. What do you think? Doesn't seem very enthused, man.
No.
He's a lot happier walking in. All of a sudden, it took a nosedive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on this, but I got one more option I want you to check out.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure if it would work, but I figured I'd throw it out there.
The old picnic table. Oh, totally cool. It's wood, it's old school.
It just looks like something that would be in the back of the bed of an old truck.
What do you think about that? Better than a car hood, huh? Heavyweight. Checking it out. Getting a lick of approval. See, right away, you know. That's a good call. He's really into it, and typically when he likes something, he's not afraid to show it. It was his idea. Give him the action.
I prefer the wood in the bed, and dude liked it too. I'd say we're soulmates, but I'm pretty sure that's him and Ian, and so we're just good pals.
That's a keeper. I think we're going with this. friend of mine does a lot of woodworking and faux finishing, and sometimes for a panel like this that's so fresh and new, he'll take a propane torch and just blast it, like the old Wild West town, you know, with all the gnarly finish. Would take this store-bought looking piece and make it fit to your vintage truck.
Yeah, I'm all for making it look more old school. Like you said, it's a new piece of wood, so again, I'm excited to see what you do with this.
It's gonna be awesome. Look at that. I know that look. As soon as the eyebrows start doing that thing, he's bored. He wants me to get to work. It's time. They say the dog and his master, you know, tend to really become one, you know, and it's true. I don't know how we communicate, because it's usually just like, we get the point across. It's crazy. So the idea is I'll just weld this to the truck. We screw that to the plywood, and I'll weld it right in. The whole idea with this is to hinge up from the back of the cab. So the natural shape of this plywood, if it was screwed down, it would flatten out, but it ain't. So I think we just put some ledges under here, so that way when it hits that, it'll be kind of a pressure shut. Oh man, it looks like $100, $1 million.
Yeah, I'm glad we went this route. I like this a lot.
The real question is, what's it look like after we burn it, baby?
I'm excited to see what this is gonna look like.
Yeah, me too. I've never done this before. I just saw it happen, so.
Wait, you've never done it before? Ian says, oh, I've never done this before. And then he hands me the torch.
The whole process with this build is inclusion, you know? A client can just pay and come back when the project's completed. I like to terrorize the client, engage the client. That way they really appreciate the rewards.
Yeah, look at that.
I think the darker it gets, the better it looks. Keep cooking it.
I should have known this was gonna happen. I'm on Ian's wild ride.
That looks pretty distressed.
This thing's fun. I actually liked it. I'm glad Ian had me do it.
Man, that looks awesome. It was pretty freaking bland, and this made it look as old as your truck itself.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. I was surprised, you know, I figured it would work. I've seen the results, but never been through the process.
Oh, wow.
That really helped the whole rear view of the truck, in my opinion. That thing is nailed.
I'm blown away, man. This was a good choice.
Couple more little bits, and you're in gear, brother.
Yeah.
I was just finishing up the bodywork on the rear of the cab, and the guys are putting in the taillights.
Yeah, I got these cool 1942 Ford taillights. They're the right measurement height-wise to fit that one spot at the bottom of the bed.
There's a bunch of loose ends on this truck, and I know Tom has some ideas about the paint. We haven't really talked about it. I'm just gonna let things develop.
Oh, man.
It's getting there. My goal is to get this thing as straight as possible. That way, when you go forward with the paint, we never have to go back.
Ian's giving me the task of matching the paint. I've never done this before, and I'm kind of nervous. I just want it to be done right. When you give me the go-ahead, I'll slap some paint on it and then scuff it up.
For sure. I'll make it perfect, and then you can screw it up. It's awesome. And I got another idea for your bed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the whole thing with that bed cover, tail lights. I got one other idea I want to show you, too. I was thinking how cool this bed looked. You know, just always bring it up a little bit more, maybe. You know, it's wood. I thought it would just be cool to have a metal accent to kind of bring it together. Like those little slats in there are neat, but what if you had something that was even neaterer?
Okay, neaterer.
That was even coolerer. But if you put that in there, all of a sudden, it transforms.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the mixture of metal and wood.
Tom had to hit the road, so Bob and I are still trucking. You know, we're gonna keep this thing going.
Since it runs well, might as well have it look nice.
Hey, back window, clean engine, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Bob was cleaning up the engine, and I wanted to finish off this storage area in the bed. To fit this up just on the fly like I'm doing is a lot of testing, you know. Put it in place, mark it, react to that. This is my improvised sheet metal brake. I consider one of my greatest assets to work like a caveman. Set up your line, set up a big old hunk of steel, and clamp it.
It's a pleasure working with Ian, and watching Ian work, I've kind of thought to myself, I need to learn this stuff. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's sweet.
Yeah, I'd make a heck of a cooler.
Yeah.
I have no concerns about the structural integrity of this thing. And I know Tom has some ideas about the paint. We haven't really talked about it. I'm just gonna let things develop. Tom is a friend who works at Encore Auto Detailing. They do powder coating as well as a lot of other stuff, so he dropped off a few parts with him. I got the cab ready for paint, and I'm curious to see what Tom has in mind.
Hey,
Yo-ho.
man,
It's happening, baby.
you got a lot done.
Yeah, it's totally bodywork. Primer is dry, ready to rock, whatever you want to do.
Well, speaking of paint,
Yeah.
I've got an idea. I took this panel to the paint shop,
Right,
and I had them match this green right here,
right.
and loaded it up in some rattle cans, right? And see how it's all nice and patina. It got a little bit of white and some ruddy red.
Right.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna layer the paint, then coat it in the green, and then I'm gonna hit it with some sandpaper, some Scotch-Brite, and try to get this.
Like faux finish.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a cool idea.
Ultimately, my goal is to make it look like nothing has ever happened to this pickup cab.
Yeah, if you can match this to what you got going on, then nobody will ever consider that this back wall was even messed with, which is kind of neat. I'm interested to see how this develops.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm gonna give it a shot.
Have you ever done this before?
I've never done this before, and we'll see what happens.
I like Tom's concept, and I really like the fact that Tom is embracing the idea of just winging it. Working on the last piece that I thought I would need to build, and that's this windshield detail. How are you planning on holding the glass in for the front windshield?
I didn't have much plans for that at all. I mean, I figured Lexan, screw it in, slap some sealer all the way around it.
Like race car style or
Yeah,
something?
and we're done.
I was looking at the way that this windshield area is set up, and it has these two lugs in it, just like the Model A, where it would have those little dials that flip out at the bottom. I was thinking about making one like the Model A. Let me show you Bob's setup, and I could pretty much duplicate it.
Okay.
Maybe even make it better. Model A Ford has a similar style windshield frame, so I wanted to show Tom Bob's car. You know, the cool feature of this is that they pivot out, so, you know, it gets hot inside the car all the time. So it's got a little lock nut, and then these deals push out the window so you could drive around with ventilation.
Ian's window idea kind of reminds me of my dad's hot rod pickup from when I was a kid. It had a safari window. I like the idea.
You know, this is a little more stylized, I guess. If we had one of these frames to modify, I would do that for sure, but I could take some aluminum C-channel and mimic this design.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's definitely better than what I had in mind. It's gonna remind me of my dad every time I pop open that window.
Awesome. I'm getting started on the windshield frame, and Tom's jumped right into the paint. Tom's just got the style, you know? He's like the Fred Astaire of the paint world, you know? He's got a flow, he's got a rhythm, he's dancing it. Pretty interesting process. So I'm gonna start by just making a frame out of this square steel. This truck's been around a while. There's been a lot of different hands in the process, so someone's changed the center of the windshield upper portion for some reason, and it's really misaligned. You know, you want the top of the windshield to be straight because there's gonna be a hinge up here. Look how far off that is.
Yeah, somebody hit that with a grinder.
That's way out, yeah. Just like most things I fabricate, I start with a template and then I make a final piece. So this steel part I'm making is a template for the aluminum frame that's gonna be there in the end. So now you can really see, you know, that little gap difference. I'm gonna take this whole thing out, but that's perfect. I'll make one more of these and then just put it together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the point where I become concerned. That's like nothing I've ever seen before. Making the aluminum frame in the end is pretty specialized. I have the big TIG welder at my shop, so this isn't a job to be done on location. The template I can bring back, come back with the new one. That's the shape of the windshield frame, and it's even as opposed to the truck. Whoa! It's like St. Patrick's Day up in here. Look at that green. That is hideous.
It's gonna be a process. And yeah, I hope it works.
I'll try not to judge the work until it's done. Really cool to see Tom taking the reins on this paint. You know, he's got a plan and he's going for it. Pretty crazy, man. I didn't know where you're going with this, but now I can see all these different values coming through as you scuff it up.
Watching Ian, I've learned sometimes you just got to get in there and go. And that's pretty much what I'm doing with this paint.
I know it's 5 times more work to make it look like nothing happened, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm gonna see how bad I can make it look, you know, but you know, in a cool way.
That's what I'm seeing all over this truck, right? It's not just patina, it's like abuse.
Right,
There's a lot of damage you gotta replicate. Tom's getting all Bob Ross on it, you know? He's got some happy little details over here. He's got some conceptual stuff over there. This looks like it might work. Huh.
I've got patina.
That looks horrible, man. You're doing a great job. You know, I had faith the whole time. Hey, I'm gonna cut apart your truck once more, so.
Again?
It's gonna make the windshield a little better. This front angle iron, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna make a whole new mount for the windshield. Brought the template back to my shop and made the same windshield frame shape out of aluminum C-channel. Put an aluminum piano hinge on it and showed it to Tom. So while you're doing all that scratching and scuffing, I got your window frame.
Awesome.
Got a little hinge on there, and then that fits right up in here.
Oh, nice.
The advantage of making an aluminum windshield frame is that it looks cool. You know, when somebody looks at it and you say, oh yeah, it's hand-built. You know, it just gets extra points with the judges. So we'll put a lot more screws in, but the proof is in the test. Does it close?
It shuts.
Not too bad for some old scrap aluminum.
That looks great, man.
So you can see how flimsy it is. What I really want to do is, in addition to putting glass in here, I'll put the knobs on there and then the little sliders, so you could set it, you know, I mean, if you wanted, you could set it way out here.
Now, I love it when Ian does something outside the box or really extra cool. He's taking my build up just an extra level.
We're definitely hustling this, man. It's gonna happen for sure. We just got a couple more details, assembly, modifications, and this baby's ready to rock. Tom's club event is only a couple days away. We got a bunch of assembly to do. I got a couple surprises. You know, we got to get things finished. Got this truck just about wrapped up. Tom really pulled off this paint job. He's been working overtime. Brought it out here to Hot Rod Bob's compound, his testing facility. It's looking good.
I feel great, man. I look at the truck and it's like I can't stop looking at it. It's so cool looking. Yeah, I got these mufflers from Porter and I think they look great and they sound fantastic.
It's all about the details in the end. He's got the grill all finished, the headlights installed, the rims are powder coated. This looks awesome, dude. I mean, the patina is something I wasn't expecting at all.
Right,
It's freaking cool. Everything about this truck came together like really clean, man.
Yeah.
The clincher for our deadline was this car club meet that Tom's been talking about. He's invited everybody over. Today is the day, and the truck is here.
The Defenders Car Club, man, it's just a great bunch of people. Yeah, there it is, check it out. They've seen the truck from the beginning. They've seen it when it was just a rusty cab and bed and had no hope.
I remember the day you got it. You were like all proud of it. We're all going,
It's really cool to see their reaction to the truck, you know. They're walking around it, they're checking it out. Yeah, Ian built this trunk area in here.
Oh, it's a great little truck.
And we're getting the thumbs up from everybody.
I think the biggest satisfaction of getting this built together is the fact that it really does look like a timepiece. It looks like nothing ever happened to this truck, which is pretty different for me. It's kind of awesome.
Oh, I love it. I just like the stance and the looks of it. It's got the right look for what I like as far as a hot rod. The truck actually has history, so that's pretty cool to put that back on the road and have it keep some of its original look to it.
I heard there was going to be a race. We came here on a mission. There's a reason we came to the racetrack. Tom wants to race Bob, or maybe Bob wants to race Tom. I don't know how it's going to work out, but there's 2 cars here, and they're going in the dirt. There's no time like the present. Now, I want you to remember one thing. Go that way really fast.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna win or anything, you know, but it'll be a lot of fun to just get out there with them and tear it up.
I know he doesn't stand a chance. I have a little bit of practice on this track.
I'm here strictly for moral support. It's like a parent raising their child. I've done all they can, and now it's time to set them free.
I'm having fun. I'm all in it. I'm going for it. And then nothing.
This is just par for the course. You know, it's a maiden voyage. It runs great in the driveway. You start slamming it around the dirt, there's gonna be a fail rate.
Here I am. I just built this hot rod pickup. I'm out here having fun with it. I got all my friends watching. The truck dies on me.
That is dry. Yeah. Tap on the float bowl to see if it helps. Don't be so traumatized, man. I've been doing this for 20 years plus. This is typical.
Come to find out, it was the fuel cap, not venting. So fix that, and runs great.
The truck fires right back up, and I'm back in it.
All right, champ. Now, I don't want this little setback to get you down. We're still in the race, man. I got some leeway with the referees, and they're gonna give you a timeout on this one. And I think we can come back stronger than before. The thing here is all attitude. You know, you can't get rattled.
Ian's being a really good pit boss, and I'm digging it. I'm loving the help.
This is the vintage race that you read about. 34 internationals racing a Model A Ford. I mean, this is cool old-time stuff.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man.
So I get out there on the track, you know, the first couple laps, and I'm loving it, man. I'm learning what the truck can do and what it's responding to. I'm loving this truck, man. I can't stop saying it, I really do, I love it.
Tom pulls in and he's all smiles. The truck's running good, sounds good, it's looking good. The biggest takeaway from this build is the satisfaction of helping a couple guys out who have done so much for me. That's the way car clubs work, is people help each other out, and this is proof in the pudding.
For him to have his truck out here and everybody hooping and hollering at him was really bitching. I mean, that was so cool for Tommy.
Yeah, I built this!
Whenever I've worked with Ian, it's the hardest I've ever worked in my life. It's ridiculous, you know, but I'm inspired to keep looking for another project.
Ian, and he's such a hard worker and he gets things done fast. And to see him do his magic was crazy.
Tom's truck is a success. You know, this is a good day, good get-together party. I think my job is done here. On to the next.